So let's talk about Sandlerizing it a bit. So if we look at this here, I would imagine most in this room are using one of these for some kind of virtual meeting at this point. But most people I work with have not really Sandlerized their virtual meetings. What they've done, well, the people I'm working with are, when I first worked with them, they're not. Now they are. Because what people have been doing with virtual meetings is it's like a phone call with a camera. It's a glorified phone call. They're not taking advantage of the medium. The medium of virtual selling is truly amazing. To Sandlerize it with an upfront contract about cameras on or distractions, being able to screen share effortlessly. In and out of screen share is a skill that most people don't use, which is we're in the meeting, I share a slide, I come back out, we're talking, there's no distractions. Whiteboarding is a very authentic way to communicate in a face-to-face meeting. We are 2 years into this, and most people I talk to don't have a clue how to whiteboard on a virtual call. I'm like, how could you not know how to whiteboard? We are 2 years, what are you waiting for? The third year? I mean, give me a break. So when it comes to your virtual meetings, are you truly taking advantage of the medium? If we look at something like Vidyard, taking Vidyard as a tech and now Sandlerizing it, can I take my commercial with compelling pains and deliver it with video and supplemental visuals to make it compelling? Being able to have visuals that represent your pains is very powerful. How can I take my 60-second or 30-second Sandler commercial that 5 years ago I would deliver auditorily? Hey, we work with people who have pain A, pain B, pain C. That still works. But how can I convert that into a really kick-ass Vidyard? How can I turn that into something I can use in a virtual meeting with visuals? Truly, it's astounding time to be able to start thinking that way. If I look at LinkedIn, Sandlerizing that, I can Sandlerize that with the way I communicate within LinkedIn. But let me give you the low-hanging fruit on this one. Just put LinkedIn into your cookbook, because there's a lot of compelling stats on LinkedIn. One, this comes from Accenture, right? Yeah, Accenture. 84% of C-suite decision makers are going to social before they make a decision. 84%. And I'm guessing they're not going to Pinterest, right? I think they're going to LinkedIn. And then we have 92% of decision makers want to work with a thought leader. Well, let's just put these two together. We got 84% C-suite, we got 92% want a thought leader. What's a really good way to build thought leadership? Well, ideally, in front of a room, I can build relationship. But we already learned through the buyer's journey from Yamini this morning, that's happening later. So how am I going to establish thought leadership and engage with C-suite people before I meet with them? Well, LinkedIn is a really good place to do it. And if we look back at these numbers, we've got 800 million people in there. Who remembers when it was 100 million? It was just a bunch of us. It was all a bunch of salespeople. You're like, what's the point of getting on there? We just commiserate about stuff, right? Well, now directors of procurement are on there, CEOs are on there, quality manager. You name the decision makers that you're calling on, many of them are on LinkedIn that weren't. Here's the scary thing. Knowing we can do thoughtful posts with really smart content to build thought leadership in LinkedIn, how many people do you think post something once a week that's something that might establish some thought leadership? How many millions of the 800 million think are posting the minimum of one a week? It's 3 million. 0.38% of people are posting once a week. The bar is really low here, right? So curating some really smart, easy to consume content I would make part of your cookbook going forward. It's not hard to post a bit more and stand out than your competition is. You can be, the top You know, you can outrun the, what, 99.6% of salespeople? And it's not hard. And if you're really lazy, just repost other people's stuff. You know? Assign someone from your company to be the official poster, then you just repost. You got an easy gig, right?